What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Vision YouTube channel. My name is Sebastian, and we are here today to look at some potential free agent targets for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, before we get into the list, here are some upcoming free agents for the Cowboys. We have Dalton Schultz, who I do not expect to be back, Connor McGovern, a starting guard, but we'll see, Cooper Rush, Leighton Vander Esch, who got better towards the back end of the season, Dante Fowler Jr., a rotational edge, Jonathan Hankins, who was the trade midseason, who helped our run defense, Donovan Wilson, he might be too expensive for us, and Anthony Brown, who tore his Achilles this past season. Now, what are my expectations for this upcoming free agency? Cowboys typically elect to not participate in free agency and rather build through the draft, which is a great strategy, but there has to be a healthy balance to building this team. In fact, the biggest free agent the Cowboys signed in the past decade was Brandon Carr, who they gave $50 million for 5 years, and after that, they just stick to these cheap contracts, these older players, which don't really make an impact. Last year, the Cowboys signed James Washington, who got cut after returning from an injury. I mean, Dante Fowler, he was good. He was a rotational edge, but nothing special. And will this year finally be different? Will they make a splash? We shall see. So here are 5 free agent targets the Cowboys should consider this offseason. At number 5, I'm looking for a cheap tight end to fit alongside Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot. Again, filling our needs before the draft will allow us to draft best player available. And the first option, Hayden Hurst, a former first-round pick who was with the Cincinnati Bengals last year. He's just a well-rounded guy. He's not going to wow you, but he's an average blocker, which is an upgrade over Dalton Schultz, and he has strong hands. The other guy, Irv Smith Jr., a former second-round pick with the Minnesota Vikings, who's been injury-prone, but he is fast. He can make plays. This is something the Cowboys have lacked since maybe Martellus Bennett back in the day. And he's going to be cheap, probably a 1-year deal. Prove your worth. He could line up in the slot. He'll line up at tight end. He's just a fast player. Next on the list, I'm trying to replace Brett Maher, the guy who missed 4 extra points in the playoffs against the Buccaneers. Now, good thing the Cowboys put up 30 points that game, and it wasn't really a factor. But they're going to part ways this offseason, and what's a better replacement than a potential future Hall of Fame kicker, Robbie Gould, who was with the San Francisco 49ers. In fact, he's never missed a field goal in the postseason. That's a massive upgrade for the Cowboys, and if they do consider him, you're getting an 86.5% kicker in his career. That is really good. While he might lack some range, like Brett Maher would drill these 60-yard field goals, he's just a reliable guy who can be a great option for the Cowboys. And the last time the Dallas Cowboys drafted a kicker in the draft was in 2009, David Buehler. Now, the Cowboys don't really put that many resources in this position, but it's an important position. Like they say, the game is won on 3 sides of the ball: offense, defense, and special teams. Number 3 on the list, I'm trying to improve our run defense. As we saw this past season, when the Cowboys acquired Jonathan Hankins via trade, a 1 technique, our run defense vastly improved, clearing up lanes for our linebackers to make plays in the run game. Now, this 325-pound 1 technique might be too pricey for the Cowboys, but I believe it is worth it. In the past, the Cowboys haven't really valued this position, but with Dan Quinn entering his 3rd year as defense coordinator, he has enough say to make this move. Now, hopefully, the Cowboys improve that interior defense alignment this offseason. Now, these next 2 names, this is the definition of making a splash. As I said, I'm just expecting 1 splash. If we can do that, our team can take that next step in the playoffs. Now, Bobby Wagner, linebacker, reuniting with Dan Quinn would be big for this defense. With Leighton Vander Esch, a free agent, he can be that replacement. Last season with the Rams, Wagner had 140 tackles, 6 sacks, and 2 interceptions. Some might say he's falling off a bit, but I believe this is what the Cowboys need at the linebacker position: a run-stopping guy who can fill the holes and make an impact. Now, the price, I don't know. LV might be cheaper, but I believe this would be an upgrade for our defense. Last but not least, Odell Beckham Jr., the guy the Cowboys were openly recruiting last season when he was recovering from an ACL injury, but now he is fully healthy and he's going to have a big market in free agency for an explosive game changer at the wide receiver position. The main goal this offseason is to get Dak Prescott weapons. After trading away Amari Cooper last offseason, they did not do enough last year by signing James Washington, drafting Jalen Tolbert in the 3rd round. He couldn't even get a jersey and did not make an impact last season. Bringing in Odell Beckham, pairing him with CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, and let's see what they do at the tight end position. But that's plenty of options for the Cowboys, and most importantly, put talent around your quarterback. Signing OBJ this offseason makes too much sense, and let's see if Jerry Jones makes this splash move in free agency. Now, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Star Vision YouTube channel, and hit those post notifications for live updates when I upload a new video. And comment down below, who do you want the Cowboys to sign this free agency? Stay safe. Peace out.